I feel like it's easier for me to kind of ramble through it and talk about it rather than write all over the paper. So, anyway, I was saying that maybe I think I'm, this class is forcing me to practice. I think the the readings and just listening to the conversations of everybody else in the class, it's just when I leave here now and I step into the real world and have these real conversations, it's requiring me to do a lot of reflection. And I think me not being alone like a lot of other people is I'm over analyzing it, I'm overthinking it. It's just, I think I've thought, I think that it's scary now and the way that the world looks. But in the past, very young, when I was like maybe 5, and my uncle's a few years older than me, maybe 7, we were close in age. We've always known, it was just like we always knew. I think we probably knew before he knew, and I was able to accept that differently because I was there with him when he was doing hair, and I was there with him when he was so adamant about buying the Britney Spears album and the Christina Aguilera album. And it was different, and I think I could see him in a child's perspective. Like, I could see, like, oh, he is like more so like me than my brothers, and it was different. And I think part of my real fear resonates with the fact that everything is over sexualized now. So for me, I think now when we're talking about it in present time, my fear is like, no, that just can't, kids just can't. Do they really know what they want? Are they really sure? And then there's a whole nother thing when you're looking at cultures and celebrities, and you're looking at like Dwayne Wade and his relationship with his child. And even though they say that they knew very young, you see people also saying like, oh, they're exploiting that child, and it's just, I have so much to learn, is what I'm getting every week. Every article I read, every podcast you send us, the TED Talks, which I really, really like. I feel like I get a lot from that. Reading is not like my favorite way to learn. In person is more my thing, so I can listen, and I don't know. When I read, I hear my own voice, but when I listen, I hear the voice of other people, and it quiets my brain. So that's where I'm learning the most, and I'm gaining a lot of different perspectives. I think mostly in discussion. And this next coming week, I'm going to make an effort to be more a part of the conversation and ask more questions, because I think that's how I'm learning, just getting other people's perspective. The resources, I know people were talking about they wanted more resources. That's something I would really like, is to have more resources, not necessarily for myself. It's just other, resources I can refer kids to. I think that's something scary for me too. It's just like parents are against it. You, I feel like you have the right, to choose and explore. And so that's a whole nother fine line of how do I, again, not promote but support, and what is my role in that in a school setting. And let's just